Hi. Chances are that at one time you ran into me, and I've given you a couple bottles of sample here. And what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about how to use chlorine dioxide and maybe some of the benefits and basically what do I need to do, how I need to do it. So first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about chlorine dioxide. Chlorine dioxide is a there's two parts of the solution. There's a sodium chloride solution and there's a hydrochloric acid solution. And this acid is at 4%. Keep in mind that your stomach you also have hydrochloric acid in your stomach, so it's not going to harm your body. And right away I want to let you know about these bottles. I've been having trouble with them with this little tamper barrier right here. So what I do is I put my finger on it if I'm going to break the seal on it, because each one should have the lid screwed tight, and when you initially open it, it cracks the seal. And what happened, they've been spinning off, so I put my finger on top of that little ring as I'm turning it off, and then it seems to work okay. The other problem with these bottles is this tip right here sometimes ends up in the cap. So just be aware of that. Again, they're cheap bottles. I just want to get this product in everybody's hands. And if you want to, you can go to the store, and keep in mind everything has to be in glass or plastic. Every container you use has to either be glass or plastic. You cannot have it in metal. There can be no metal around this. You can go to the store at the co-op or health food store and buy amber or blue colored bottles, and then you can actually take your solution and make sure you don't get them mixed up, but take the solution and put it in your own individual bottle. But for now, we're going to work with this right here. Again, this is chlorine dioxide. I'm going to give you instructions for the beginner dose. So this is, you just got it from me, you're interested in it, you're brave enough to try it or open-minded enough to try it. So this is what we're going to do this. And again, also before I start, I want to let you know, as we do this protocol, it's very important that your medication is taken 2 hours before or 2 hours afterward. And while you're taking this protocol, you have to be careful to not take an antioxidant, because this is a very low oxidizer. And if you drink orange juice or any citrus or anything with vitamin C, if you drink coffee, if you drink tea, it will cancel this out. This is not a strong oxidizer. It's very simple, and its mechanism is to kill the bugs and the things within you, but yet leave the rest of your cells and your tissues alone. So it's very effective at that. So what we're going to do initially is we're going to call this a half a drop dose. Okay, how do you get a half a drop? Well, here, let me show you. So first of all, you take part. It doesn't matter what part you start with, but you're going to take 1 drop, and again, be careful of these bottles, just kind of get used to it. You tip it in there, and then you squeeze out 1 drop. Okay? For the sake of illustration, I'm going to put 2 drops in there, but it's just so that you can try to see the solution after I mix it. But what we're initially going to do is 1 drop, but for sake of illustration, I'm putting 2 in. Okay, so that's one part. Put the cap on. Don't mix the caps up. You're done with that, put it aside. Then we're going to have part B. In this case, part B is hydrochloric acid. So what's going to happen is, as I put 1 drop, but for sake of illustration, I'm putting 2 drops in, we're going to notice something. As soon as the drops touch each other, they're going to start to change more of an amber colored. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a green, but it's going to change color. And it's also going to emit a little bit of a gas, okay? So once we put the 1 drop in, since it's your first time, we're gonna we'll put them in here, and I'll show you what happens. Okay, so initially, after you put the drops in, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the little glass and move it around a little bit. Okay, so basically, you want to make sure all the drops are mixing, and I don't know if you can see that, but you're going to see a little bit of an amber in here. You can see that? Well, anyway, there's a little bit of an amber colored here. Again, wait 30 to 60 seconds. It's probably been about 30 seconds now. I'm going to pour myself a glass in a separate glass of about 4 ounces of water. That's about 4 ounces. Okay, then of this glass, just easier for your first time to get used to this, you're just going to pour a little bit in here, maybe fill half the shot glass up. like that. Okay, I think now you can see a little bit of a amber colored. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this here and pour it back in. Okay, set the shot glass aside, maybe swish it around a little bit. And then instead of drinking the whole thing, now theoretically I should have put 1 drop in, but I put 2 for illustration. So you're gonna put 1 drop in and you're gonna drink just half of this glass, because then that's gonna be equal to 1/2 drop, okay? Just trust me on that. So I'm gonna drink half of this glass. And put the rest down, because you're gonna discard it. Just pour it in the sink, it's not gonna be a big deal. So the reason why we start with a 1/2 drop is what happens is this kills mold, fungi, bacteria, and virus. So if you have any of those little critters inside of you, what it's gonna do is it's gonna start killing them off. And what you don't wanna do, you wanna start low and slow. And what you don't wanna do is kill everything off right away. If you were to put a bunch of drops in there and mixed it and drank it, and all of a sudden you killed all these things off, what happens, these little organisms, as they die off, they put toxins, they release toxins through their body, and that goes into your body, and all of a sudden, if you have a big kill off of all these living organisms that are inside of you, it's called a Herxheimer reaction, and you're gonna get sick. But again, it's not from this product here, because this is basically parts per million. You're gonna get sick because you just killed all those things that are inside of you, and that toxins are being released within your body. So again, what we're gonna do is this is gonna be an 8-hour window. So what I like to do is I'll take my medicine in the morning and I'll wait 2 hours, okay? Then I'll start my first time, we call it protocol. We got eight different steps to the protocol, but we're gonna do this same thing, put 1 drop in of part A, 1 drop of part B, let it, activate, give it, 30, 60 seconds, pour a little bit into our shot glass, pour the rest, and drink half of it. We're gonna do that every hour for 8 hours. Now you can have a snack or something, in between, but what we wanna do is we wanna space those things out and to do it exactly on the hour. You wanna keep this exactly on the hour, because the chlorine dioxide will dissipate, and so basically you wanna start this out, see what your body's gonna do. And as we go on, you're gonna start increasing the drops. So if you can successfully do this, if you don't feel really nauseated, or if you don't feel anything that's out of the ordinary, the next day what you do is start with 1 drop. And when you get to that point, you could probably contact me and we could work on some protocols for you. If there's a certain sickness or something that you're struggling with, then we can start figuring out what we need to do for protocols. But initially what you wanna do is you wanna see how your body responds and reacts to this chlorine dioxide. And again, it's chlorine dioxide, 1 drop each. Make sure the glass is clean. Now, every time you start over on the shot glass, make sure there's no water left in it. So you wanna wipe it out. So it's 1 drop each. Let it wait 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, pour a little water in there. Pour the water from the shot glass into the glass, and then you basically drink half of it and discard the rest. Okay, if you have any questions, you can email me at dantact or dantactholsters@gmail.com, and it's DACTHOLSTERS@gmail.com. Thanks a lot for being open-minded, and God bless you.